Hey guys, John here with RealTruck.com. Today I want to show you how to install the Firestone airbag suspension kit on this 2015 GMC Sierra Denali 2500. As you can see here, we've got everything laid out. This kit comes with all the stuff you need to get this onto your truck. It comes with all your mounting brackets, your ride air suspension kit, and all your hardware, your instructions, heat shield tubes, everything you need to put it on the truck. So let's get this on the truck. The first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna pull our tires and wheels off our truck and get those out of the way so that we can get in there and work a little easier. Once the tire's off, then we're gonna take our jounce bumper off of here. And that's really simple to do. You just grab a hold of it with a pair of channel locks and give it a little twist and pull. There we go. Once that's out, then we're gonna start putting our hardware that's gonna go in here to hold our air suspension kit in place. So let's get that on there. So then we're gonna take our jounce bumper cup insert and we're gonna put it in here. And then what we want to do is we want to rotate this once we get it up in here to lock it in place. Now, what I'm going to do then is just going to take a hammer and a punch to move this so we can lock it in. Before we attach our mounting bracket onto where we took our jounce bumper out, we're going to have to take our e-brake cable loose, and this is the bracket right here that holds it. It goes up in behind here, back up in here. It's a 13mm bolt. Just take that loose so we can move our cable out of the way and attach this. Now we'll have to put that back when we're all done, but for right now we need that out of the way. So once we have our upper bracket on, then what we're going to do is we're going to come back over here to the workbench and attach our lower bracket. You can see on the bottom of our air suspension bag there's a threaded hole there, and we're just going to put this on top of that like so. And then we have the short Allen head bolts that are going to go right in there to hold that on. So what we're going to do, guys, is we're going to slide our airbag up into position here. Now on the top of these airbags there's some pins, and if you notice when you put your upper mount on, there's holes in the upper mount. What we're going to do is we're going to put our air valve piece into that larger hole, slide this up, move this around to fit that notch into one of those smaller holes, and that's going to be our lineup pin. Now what we have to do then is we have to go down here on the bottom plate, and we need to mark this bottom plate so that way we can line this up to tighten up the airbag onto the bottom plate. Alright guys, so down here on the bottom plate is where we marked this. So what we want to do is we want to line up our mark on the bottom of our air suspension bag and on our lower mounting bracket. And once we have those lined up, then go ahead and tighten up this lower bolt to hold this in place. Okay, so we have that in place and ready to go. So the next thing we're going to do then is we're going to start attaching this into the truck. So let's get to that. So we're ready to put our bag in here. So we're going to put it up where it goes, and we had it marked out so we can get it locked in place where we had it. Then we're going to take our washer and our nut on top of the air valve hole in the top of here and get that started down in there. Go ahead and just leave that loose for now. And then we'll get ready to start putting the rest of this together here. All right guys, so we're just about ready to move to the next step, but first we want to tighten up the nut that we put on the top of our air stud. And then once we have that tight, then we want to go back and install our air valve in there. We have our air valve now, and what we're going to do is we're going to install it in the top of that air stud where we just put that bolt and washer on, and it's just going to go in there just like this. And we're going to tighten that up in there. So I'm going to go ahead and put this up in here. I know it's kind of hard for you guys to see it, that's why I wanted to show you on this other one. And we'll get this started and tightened down, and then we'll be ready to start attaching our bottom pieces here to hold this thing down to the axle housing. So the next thing we're going to do here, guys, then is we're going to attach our bail clamp, and that's going to go right around our leaf springs and our U-bolts for our leaf springs. And then it's going to go right into these holes in this bottom bracket. So we're going to get that through there and go ahead and start one of our flange nuts on there. And then we'll attach the one on the other side over here. Now these we're going to want to leave loose for right now until we get everything set in place here. The next thing we're going to do here, guys, is we're going to take our long carriage bolts and we're going to drop them right down through this hole in the lower bracket here. And then we're going to put our axle strap bracket on here. Once I get it lined up, there we go. And then a flange nut to hold it on. And then we're going to move her over and do the one on the back side of here. Just like we did this one. All right, so we've got our axle strap bracket in place. So at this time we can go back and start tightening these all up. What we want to do is tighten these two first, and because that's going to pull this down on top of the axle where it's supposed to be, and then we'll tighten these, and this will keep it against the side where it's supposed to be. All right, guys, so at this point, we're pretty much done with this side of our truck, but I wanted to explain something to you guys because we're going to be doing something a little bit different with our truck than what we would normally do here. But you have your airline tubing, and what you want to do with your airline tubing is take it apart, open it up, and just touch the ends together so you get equal distance, and then using a tubing cutter, cut it in half. And the reason why you're going to do that is because what you want to do then is take one end of your tube and put it in this valve that we have on the bag we have in the truck, and the other one would go into your Schrader valve, which is where you're going to air up your airbags normally, and it's just going to go in the same way. You push it in there, and then you're going to put some air in this thing, spray some soapy water all over these connections, check for leaks, and if there's some leaks there you can tighten it up, or you may, if you didn't get this cut right, have to take it back out and recut it, reinstall it to get it to stop leaking. But what we're going to do with ours is we're going to be installing the air ride air control system in the truck, which is going to allow us to be able to control these airbags with a little air compressor deal from inside the truck. So we're going to do that, and we're going to show you guys how to do that too. So let's get this one on the other side of the truck. Okay guys, there you have it. That's how quick, simple, and easy it is to install the Firestone airbag suspension kit onto your truck. So at this point, you could either go ahead and run your air tubes and control it individually, or you can do like we're going to do and install the Firestone Air Ride air control system onto this truck. So there you go. And remember, until next time, happy motoring.